You're 28. There's a lump in your left testicle. It doesn't hurt. That's the problem. You found it by accident in the shower. A small hard knot, the size of a pea. A real check takes 10 seconds. You've never done one before. Tell yourself it's nothing. Everyone has bumps. You're 28. You're healthy. You run. You don't get cancer. But testicular cancer doesn't care about that. It's the most common solid tumor in men aged 15 to 40, and it starts exactly like this. Painless, quiet, ignored. 95% of the men who get it live. Remember that number. 95. You have time. You have every advantage. You do nothing. The cell. Long before the lump, there was one cell, a germ cell. It was supposed to become sperm. It never grew up. It froze. Doctors call it germ cell neoplasia in situ, GCNIS, a cell stuck in the womb, hiding in your testicles since before you were born. It is not normal cell. It carries the memory of the embryo. It can still become anything: bone, hair, teeth. That is why some of these tumors grow all three of those. It waited 28 years exactly. Now it wakes up. It copies its DNA wrong. It duplicates the short arm of chromosome 12, isochromosome 12p, the signature of the disease. One cell, one mistake, and it begins to divide. But you feel nothing. This isn't a tumor yet. It's a countdown. The tumor. One cell becomes two, two become millions. The cells fill the seminiferous tubules where sperm should be made. They crowd them out. They replace you with themselves. The tubules die. This is the lump. Hard because cancer is denser than flesh. Painless because it has no nerves worth the name. You feel it again in the shower. Bigger now. A marble, not a pea anymore. You could see a doctor tomorrow, a urologist, an ultrasound, 15 minutes. You have work, you have a trip. You'll go next month. You stop feeling for it in the shower. You're not carrying a bump anymore. You're growing a tumor. You just don't know it. The signal. The tumor is not silent. It broadcasts these proteins into your blood. Alpha-fetoprotein, beta-HCG, LDH. These are tumor markers. A single blood test would find them. Your body is filing a report. It is screaming in a language of molecules. The HCG confuses your hormone. Your chest gets tender. One side swells. Gynecomastia, a strange symptom in a young man. You notice. You don't connect it. You blame the gym. But the message is already sent, and no one is reading it. The denial. You Google it once, late at night, painless testicular lump. The first result says cancer. You close the tab immediately. This is insane. You're too young. It's probably a cyst, a hydrocell. Everyone gets these. You make a deal with yourself. If it starts to hurt, you'll go. That is the trap. It will never hurt. The pain would have saved you. Its absence is what kills you. 2 months pass. The lump is a golf ball now. You don't shower with the lights on anymore. You're not ignoring a symptom. You're feeding a disease. The highway. The tumor has outgrown the testicle. It needs to move. It finds the road. Every testicle drains upward, along the vessels it grew down on before you were born. Not to the groin, to the back, deep in your abdomen, beside your spine, beside the aorta. The lymph nodes there are called retroperitoneal, behind everything, under everything. Cancer cells break off. They ride the lymph. They plant themselves where your fingers could never reach. This is the genius of it. It doesn't fight you where you can feel it. It hides where you can't. You still think this is about a lump. It stopped being about the lump weeks ago. The deep nodes. The nodes swell. 1 centimeter, 2, 5. They pool behind your organs like fruit on a branch. Your back starts to ache. A dull, deep pain. Worse at night. You blame your mattress. You blame your desk. You blame the gym again. You buy a new chair. You take ibuprofen. It doesn't touch it. Because the pain is not, it's a mass the size of a fist, pressing on the nerves along your spine. You're carrying a second organ now, one that only takes and never gives. Go to work. You lift weights. You tell no one. The doom is inside you, and you are its landlord. The bloodstream. Lymphs were the first road. Blood is the second. The tumor grows out its own vessels. It tricks your body into feeding it. It taps your bloodstream. Now the cells don't crawl, they fly. Millions leave the abdomen every day. Most of them die. It doesn't need most. It needs one. One cell that lands and holds and starts again. This is metastasis. This is the moment local becomes everywhere. You had a lump, now you have a network. It is installing itself in organs you can't feel, but you still don't call. The lungs. The lungs are the favorite. Soft, wet, warm, full of oxygen and blood. The perfect soil. The cells arrive and take root. They grow into round white masses. On a scan, they look like cannonballs. That is the word radiologists use. You don't get a scan. You get a cough. A dry one. It won't quit. You buy cough syrup. You blame the weather. You blame the cold that never breaks. In the shower, you cough now. You don't check anymore. You get winded on the stairs. You're 28. You can't climb 2 flights. But you still don't go. You're drowning on dry land. The machine. The disease is systemic now. It taxes everything. You lose weight without trying. 10 pounds, 20, 30. Your friends say you look great. The tumor eats for you. It rewrites your metabolism to feed itself. Your liver fills with deposits. Your appetite dies. You're always tired, not sleepy, emptied. The kind of tired sleep doesn't fix. Something is very wrong. Every cell in you knows it. Every cell but the ones making the decisions. You're being consumed, but you call it a busy season. The brain. There's one border left, the blood-brain barrier. It keeps almost everything out. Almost. One kind of tumor doesn't knock though, choriocarcinoma. It's fast. It loves blood. It breaks through. The cells cross into your brain. They grow. They bleed. Now come the headaches. Not normal ones. The kind that wake you at 4 a.m. Your vision doubles. Words slide off signs. One morning, your hand won't hold the razor. In the shower, your head pounds. The water sounds miles away. This is the last message your body will send. But even now, part of you is planning to go next week. The reckoning. You collapse. Someone calls an ambulance. Finally, the scan. And the screen lights up like a city at night. Your lungs, your liver, your spine, your brain. The doctors know in one look. And here's the cruelest part. This cancer was beatable. It's the great success of modern medicine. The cure is a name. BEP. Bleomycin, etoposide, cisplatin. In the 1970s, this killed almost everyone. Now it cures 80%, even after it spreads. Even this far, even here. But there is a floor. A point where the body is too far gone to survive the cure. You are below it. You didn't arrive too sick to treat. You arrived too late to be treated. The silence. 95% live. You remember the number now. You were in the fight. Not because the disease was strong, because you were quiet. It sent a lump. You ignored it. It sent proteins. You ignored them. It sent pain, a cough, a headache. You ignored all of them. It never had to hurt to be caught. It never had to win. The check takes 10 seconds. You never spent them. You had every advantage. You had time. You had 95%. You had 10 seconds. Now, you're out of time.